Welcome back to Pitchside Pool. Tonight I am in Paris, where we witnessed a shocker as Ivory Coast stunned France 2-1, flipping the script on one of the world's top sides. Let's break down how this unfolded, from France's early dominance to Ivory Coast's fearless comeback. Ivory Coast had never beaten France before tonight, and that wasn't the only storyline, as the brothers Désiré Doué, France, and Guéla Doué, Ivory Coast, faced off against each other for the first time. From the opening whistle, France looked every bit the powerhouse we expect heading into the World Cup. Their midfield trio dictated tempo, crisp passing, positional control, and relentless pressure. France regularly looked to stretch the Ivorian backline and create overloads on the wings. Mbappé and Cherki were the most influential players who looked capable of making a breakthrough. In all honesty, Ivory Coast were on the back foot most of the first half and could barely break into the France half of the field, with the majority of the game being played in their defensive zone. Just when Ivory Coast thought they maybe had some hope of going into half-time with the score tied at 0-0, France found a way through right before half-time. A little bit of individual magic from the wizard Rayan Cherki, and it's 1-0 to France. It felt inevitable, really, but France got away with it. You could feel the relief in the stadium. 1-0 at half-time. I needed a warm drink, haha. I don't know what was said at half-time, but Ivory Coast looked like a different team. You could feel the energy shift. Tackles flying in, passes snapping into place, belief spreading through the team. Only minutes into the second half, they tied it up 1-1 with a beautiful, incisive passing move through the lines, combining some one-touch passing and off-the-ball movement to level the game. 1-1 now, and game on. France were stunned. Ivory Coast keeps pushing forward. They believe they can win the game now, using their pace and physicality to show that they will be a match for anyone in the upcoming World Cup. Then, with about 7 minutes remaining, it's 2-1 to the Ivory Coast. After a nice flowing move down the right, Pépé finds Amad with his pullback into the box and a first-time side-footed finish perfectly placed. And the Ivory Coast fans are in disbelief at the comeback. First half France could have had the game wrapped up, but a lack of clinical finishing always meant there was a chance for the Ivory Coast to get something out the game. And in the end they did. But football's beauty lies in its unpredictability, and the second half reminded us of that. So France 1 to Ivory Coast 2, a result that shakes things up. France are still among the favourites for the World Cup, but this defeat? It's a wake-up call. They've got the talent, but can they handle pressure when the underdogs bite back? And Ivory Coast, could they be the dark horse? If they play with this fire, this unity, this belief, they'll surprise a few teams, no doubt. That's the full breakdown. France 1, Ivory Coast 2. Hit that subscribe button for more high-energy match reviews and tactical breakdowns, only on Pitchside Pool.